In today's challenging world, making money on your own can be a tough journey. You can't achieve massive success by relying only on yourself. So it's essential to know how to leverage resources around you to increase your chances of success. Rich people don't do everything alone, they know how to tap into the help of others. This is a wealth-building secret that anyone can apply. Using simple strategies to leverage resources intelligently. Leveraging resources isn't just a financial strategy, it's a philosophy of life. Imagine you can travel miles just with a vehicle or cross a vast ocean with a boat. In the same way, knowing how to leverage the power of surrounding resources will help you achieve success faster, with less effort. Today, in this video, we will share with you 6 strategies for leveraging resources to get rich, especially suited for those who don't have much capital. Let's explore and discover together. Strategy 1: Leverage your own strength. I remember the days when I had nothing but an empty bank account and a dream. I was stuck in a small apartment with barely enough money to get by, questioning how I could ever escape the chains of poverty. If you're watching this video, maybe you've been there too. You've tried. You've struggled. But it feels like there's always a roadblock standing in your way. I get it. I've been through the same journey. But what I want to share with you today is something that changed my life, and it all started with leveraging my own strength. Leverage your own strength. This was the secret. You see, when you're starting from scratch, when you feel like the world is against you, your own abilities, your own experiences, and your drive are all you truly have. In my case, I realized that all I had to work with was my persistence and willingness to learn. There was no rich family waiting to hand me money. No big investor knocking on my door. But I knew that if I could leverage what I already had, I could make something happen. I began with the simplest thing: knowledge. I knew I had the ability to learn. And I started devouring books, articles, and any content that could teach me about business, finances, and how people built wealth. It didn't matter that I had no capital. The real wealth begins in the mind. And I was determined to fill my mind with strategies, techniques, and ideas. Every time I learned something new, I used it immediately, applying each lesson as best as I could. Slowly but surely. I remember taking on small freelance projects at first. My pay was minimal, but I kept showing up. Day after day. I put in the work. I wasn't waiting for a big break. Instead, I focused on leveraging my skills, the skills I already had. I built my reputation with each project, offering more value than anyone expected. Leverage is not just about using resources. It's about using what you've already got. By consistently leveraging my own strengths, knowledge, skills, and determination, I started to build a foundation. But let me tell you, there were days when it felt like the mountain was too high to climb. I had doubts. I stumbled. And sometimes I didn't know how I would get through. But I learned one thing: success is not built on giant leaps, but small steps, consistently taken. What you can learn. The lesson here is simple, yet profound: leverage the strengths you already have. You may not have money, but you have something even more valuable: your skills, your time, your energy. Whether you have a talent for writing, speaking, design, or even just a keen mind for solving problems, these are all strengths you can leverage. And the most important thing: don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. With what you've got. Make those small, consistent efforts each day. Trust me. Those small steps will compound. And before you know it, you'll be standing on a foundation you built yourself. How it changed my life. By focusing on leveraging my own strength, I was able to gradually build a business, invest in my knowledge, and grow my brand from the ground up. I started seeing opportunities everywhere. Doors began opening because I was always ready, always learning, and always improving. And now, with Value Gold, I'm sharing these very lessons with you. If I can do it, so can you. You don't need millions of dollars to get started. You just need to believe in yourself and the strength you already possess. Join the journey. If you're ready to start leveraging your own strength, I encourage you to subscribe to Value Gold. Because in the next video, I'll be sharing the next strategy to help you unlock even more potential. Like this video. Leave a comment below sharing your story. And tell me, what strengths do you have that you can leverage today? Let's make this journey together. Remember, you are your greatest asset. This story is tailored to be personal, engaging, and motivational, while subtly weaving in the call to action for subscribing, liking, and commenting. It emphasizes that you don't need capital to get started, you just need to leverage what you already have. Strategy 2, leverage the power of knowledge. Let me tell you a story about my best friend. Someone who went from zero to success. And it all started with one thing, the power of knowledge. You see, my friend wasn't born into wealth. In fact, he came from a humble background, nothing special. Just a guy with a dream. I still remember the day he called me. Frustrated. Sitting in his small, cramped apartment. He had just lost his job and felt like the world was closing in on him. His savings were running out. And he had no idea what to do next. But then, something changed. Instead of giving up, he decided to leverage knowledge. He understood that without money, without connections, the one thing that no one could take away from him was his mind, and he was going to use it. He didn't just sit around waiting for luck to find him. He invested his time in learning. He picked up books, took online courses, and listened to podcasts about business, finance, and entrepreneurship. He was relentless. Whether it was a rainy day or a sunny one, he was always learning. His belief was simple: knowledge is the real power, the real currency in today's world. At first, it was tough. He didn't have the capital to start a business. And the initial projects he took on barely paid. But he didn't stop. Every time he learned something new, he applied it. Slowly but surely, the pieces started to come together. One of the most pivotal moments came when he realized that information is power. But only if you know how to use it. He started to apply his newfound knowledge in small ways, using social media to market himself, optimizing his time management, and using free online tools to get work done efficiently. He realized that knowledge didn't just empower him, it opened doors he never imagined. But here's the kicker: the real breakthrough happened when he realized that knowledge was the key to networking. He began to surround himself with the right people, mentors, successful entrepreneurs, and experts in his field. Knowledge was no longer just about the things he read, it became a way to connect and build a network that would ultimately lift him up. Within a year, my friend had built a successful business. He had gone from someone with no money and no resources to someone who was working with top-tier clients and living a life he once thought impossible. And all of this, it came from knowledge. What you can learn. So, what can you take away from this story? Leverage the power of knowledge. The world is full of opportunities. But they only open up when you are armed with the right knowledge to see them. Knowledge is an asset that multiplies over time. The more you learn, the more you realize that you can do. It doesn't matter where you start, whether you're broke or you have limited resources. If you start investing in yourself, through books, courses, podcasts, and experiences, you'll start seeing growth in ways you never imagined. How it changed his life. You know what's incredible? It wasn't just about making money. My friend gained confidence. He no longer felt like he was a victim of his circumstances. Knowledge gave him control of his future. And that, my friends, is the most powerful thing you can leverage. Join the journey. If you want to learn how to leverage knowledge to change your own life, subscribe to Value Gold and hit the like button if this story resonated with you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what is one piece of knowledge you're going to focus on to level up in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. In the next video, I'll be sharing another strategy that helped my friend go from nothing to something amazing. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Let's make this journey together. Because if my friend can do it, so can you. Strategy 3, leverage the power of relationships. I want to share a story about my best friend. Someone who went from having nothing to building an empire. And the secret? It wasn't money, luck, or any special talents, it was the power of relationships. You see, my friend didn't grow up in a rich family. He didn't have any special connections. And he certainly didn't inherit a business. He was just an ordinary guy. Like many of us. Starting from scratch. But the one thing that changed everything was his ability to leverage the people around him, his network. I still remember the early days when he first started his business. He had little to no capital. No experience. And not much going for him. But there was one thing he knew, relationships matter more than anything. He understood that if you surround yourself with the right people, they can elevate you to heights you never dreamed possible. At first, it wasn't easy. My friend tried everything on his own, working long hours, chasing clients, and grinding every day. But he realized something key, he wasn't getting far alone. He needed help. And he had to learn how to tap into the power of those around him. So, he began investing in relationships. Instead of seeing people as obstacles or competitors, he began seeing them as potential allies, mentors, and partners. He reached out to people who were where he wanted to be. And more importantly, he was genuinely interested in helping them too. He wasn't just trying to take, he was trying to give back. Build trust. And create a network where everyone could win. One of the turning points came when he met an experienced entrepreneur at a networking event. This entrepreneur had been through it all, success, failure, and everything in between. My friend didn't approach him with the usual, "I need help" mentality. Instead, he spent time listening, learning, and offering his own unique skills. He became a valuable resource for this entrepreneur. What happened next? The entrepreneur, seeing my friend's drive and sincerity, offered him a business partnership that changed his life. That one relationship opened doors to a series of opportunities, clients, projects, and even more relationships that led to exponential growth. But here's the most important part, my friend didn't just focus on getting ahead himself. He built a community of like-minded people. He nurtured relationships, gave before he took, and always showed up when others needed him. He became known as someone who was trustworthy, reliable, and capable, someone people wanted to work with. As a result, his business skyrocketed. He had access to the best clients, the best opportunities, and the best mentors, all because he knew how to leverage relationships. What you can learn. The lesson here is clear, relationships are your most valuable asset. In business, success isn't just about what you know, it's about who you know. And more importantly, who knows you. Surrounding yourself with the right people. And building genuine, authentic connections will open doors you never imagined. But it's not just about networking to get what you want. It's about building trust, offering value, and being a person others want to support. The most successful people in the world didn't get there alone, they built a network of people who helped them, supported them, and opened doors for them. How it changed his life. What I admire most about my friend's journey is that his success wasn't just about his own hard work. It was about how he leveraged relationships. By focusing on others, he built a powerful network that became the backbone of his success. You might not realize it now, but the people around you, whether they are friends, family, or acquaintances, are the key to your future success. It's time to start nurturing those relationships, offering value, and building a network that will carry you through the tough times and celebrate your wins. Join the journey. If you're ready to start leveraging the power of relationships to change your life, hit the subscribe button on Value Gold and give this video a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one relationship you're going to focus on nurturing in your life? Leave a comment below and share your plans. In the next video, I'll be sharing another strategy that helped my friend rise from nothing to success. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Let's build a better future together. Because if my friend can do it, so can you. Strategy 4, leverage the power of community. There's a story that's been on my mind lately, one I want to share with you about my close business partner. Someone who went from being drowned in debt, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the hole, to now running a highly successful business. Living a life he once thought was impossible. How did he turn things around? The answer lies in the power of community. Let me take you back to the early days of his journey. He wasn't always in the position he is now. In fact, he had hit rock bottom. He had invested everything he had into a business that failed, leaving him with mountains of debt. Friends and family were distancing themselves, and he was alone, wondering how he would ever get out of the mess he created. It felt like the end of the road. And many people, including himself, thought it was. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of giving up, instead of retreating further into isolation, he decided to lean into community. You see, he realized something powerful: he wasn't alone in his struggles. Many others around him had faced similar challenges. And those people, whether they were mentors, other entrepreneurs, or simply good friends, were the key to his comeback. So, he started doing something that changed everything. He reached out. He opened up to people, shared his struggles, and asked for advice. He joined local entrepreneur groups, attended business workshops, and connected with people who could offer guidance and support. What seemed like a small step at the time, attending a few networking events and reaching out to others, became the catalyst for his recovery. One evening, at a community networking event, he met someone who would change his life forever. This person had been in a similar situation years ago but had turned things around by collaborating with the right people. My partner shared his story, his failures, his debts, his desire to turn things around, and, to his surprise, this stranger didn't judge him. Instead, they offered valuable advice: don't try to go it alone. Leverage the community around you. People want to see you succeed, but you have to let them in. From that moment, my partner's mindset shifted. He no longer saw his problems as something to hide from the world. Instead, he saw them as an opportunity to connect, learn, and grow with others. He reached out for help. And people responded. Some gave him advice. Others provided financial guidance. And many became his support system during the darkest times. But it wasn't just about asking for help, it was also about giving back. Community is a two-way street. My partner learned that the more he helped others, the more he received. He volunteered his time, offered his expertise, and shared his experiences with others who were struggling. As he gave, the community embraced him, and his credibility grew. Here's what's truly amazing: by helping others, he wasn't just building his reputation, he was also building a network of people who genuinely cared about his success. Soon, he had a group of partners, clients, and friends who trusted him. The community became his most powerful asset. And he used it to fuel his growth. Instead of going at it alone, he had a team of people behind him, all working together toward common goals. And that's how he went from owing hundreds of thousands of dollars to building a thriving business. He didn't do it by himself. He did it with the help of the community, a group of people who supported him, taught him, and worked alongside him. The lesson you can learn. The truth is, you don't have to go it alone. The most successful people understand the power of community, they know that collaboration is key. Whether you're trying to overcome financial setbacks, launch a business, or simply improve your life, the people around you can make all the difference. When you face struggles, don't isolate yourself. Instead, connect with others. Learn from their experiences. Share your own. And give back. The community you surround yourself with will be the foundation on which you build your success. How it changed my partner's life. Looking back, my partner often says that his biggest turning point wasn't some miraculous business idea or a sudden windfall of cash. It was the decision to embrace community. The network of people who believed in him, offered guidance, and stood by his side during tough times was what helped him turn his life around. And it can do the same for you. Your success isn't just about your individual effort, it's about the collective effort of the people you surround yourself with. Join the journey. If you believe in the power of community and want to learn how to leverage it for your own success, hit the subscribe button on Value Gold and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. How have you leveraged community in your own life? Leave a comment below. Share your story. And let's start a conversation. In the next video, I'll be sharing the next strategy that helped my partner rise from rock bottom to where he is today. Don't miss it, we're building success together. Strategy 5. Leverage technology. I have a friend, a colleague, who once had nothing but a dream. He started with absolutely no resources, no savings, and barely any connections. But today, he's built a successful tech-driven business that's not only profitable but also changing lives. How did he manage such an incredible transformation? The answer lies in one simple yet incredibly powerful strategy: leveraging technology. Let me take you back to when he was just starting out. Picture this: he was in a small apartment, overwhelmed by the pressure of his debts and the weight of unfulfilled ambitions. He had a burning desire to succeed. But like many of us, he didn't know where to start. He didn't have access to investors, capital, or even mentorship. But what he did have was a smartphone and a laptop. And that's where everything began. One day, while browsing online, he came across an article about how small businesses were using automation tools to streamline their operations. The idea hit him like a light bulb: what if I could use technology to run my business more efficiently? He started learning everything he could about automation, data analytics, and online marketing. It was a steep learning curve. He had no formal training, but he didn't let that stop him. He used free resources like YouTube, online courses, and tech forums to build his skills. It wasn't long before he started using cloud-based software to manage his finances, track inventory, and analyze customer behavior. He discovered how simple, affordable tools could replace hours of manual work. Instead of spending days managing logistics, he was now using technology to automate repetitive tasks. And that's when things started to change. But here's the most important part of his story: he didn't just use technology to save time and money. He used it to scale his business in ways that were previously impossible. One of his first breakthroughs came when he discovered the power of digital marketing. Rather than relying on traditional advertising methods, which were too expensive and inefficient, he embraced social media platforms and email marketing. He used targeted ads and content marketing to reach a global audience with a fraction of the budget he would have spent on traditional marketing. This was a game changer. With the help of technology, he was able to reach customers he never would have been able to connect with before. He could scale his business, personalize his marketing efforts, and create meaningful connections with his audience, all while working from home. And that's when his revenue really started to grow. Technology allowed him to tap into new markets, expand his customer base, and increase sales, all without needing a massive upfront investment. Whether it was using e-commerce platforms to sell his products globally, or using analytics tools to track sales and optimize his campaigns, he was able to leverage technology to drive growth at an unprecedented pace. But it wasn't just about using existing technology, it was also about being innovative. As his business grew, he started developing his own software solutions to address specific needs in his industry. These tools not only helped his business, but they were also sold to others, generating another stream of income. Technology gave him the opportunity to create new revenue streams. And he did exactly that. His story isn't just about using technology, it's about how he used technology strategically to maximize his potential. He didn't try to do everything himself. Instead, he embraced the tools that were available to him and used them to build a business that worked for him. And that's the key lesson here: technology is not just a tool, it's a force multiplier. It amplifies your efforts, allows you to scale, and opens up new possibilities that simply weren't there before. If you're feeling stuck in your own journey, or if you're trying to figure out how to take your business or career to the next level, the answer might be simpler than you think: leverage technology. Whether it's using automation to save time, digital marketing to expand your reach, or software to enhance your operations, technology can be the difference between stagnation and growth. The lesson you can learn. Here's what you need to take away from my colleague's story: technology isn't just for tech companies or big corporations. It's something everyone, from small business owners to solo entrepreneurs, can harness to their advantage. It levels the playing field, enabling you to do more with less. By strategically using the right tools, you can save time, reduce costs, and unlock new opportunities that will propel your success forward. And the best part? You don't need to be a tech expert. With the vast array of affordable tools and resources available today, anyone can start leveraging technology to grow their business. Join the journey. I hope my colleague's story inspired you to think about how technology can change the game for you. 2. If you're ready to take action and start leveraging technology in your own life, don't forget to hit subscribe on Value Gold for more tips and strategies. And if you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who might need it. And leave your thoughts in the comments below. We're all in this together. And the next strategy I'll be sharing is going to take your journey even further. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Strategy 6, Leverage Investment. Imagine this, a man in his early 30s. Stuck in a dead-end job. Barely making ends meet. He had no savings. No family wealth to fall back on. And no one to turn to for financial support. His dream of achieving success seemed far-fetched. Buried beneath the daily grind of bills and responsibilities. But today, he's a successful investor. With a multi-million-dollar portfolio. And his life has transformed completely. How did he make this dramatic shift? It all began with one powerful decision: leverage investment. Let me take you back to the beginning. Where it all started. This man, let's call him David, had no special privileges. No insider knowledge. And no rich relatives. He wasn't born into wealth. In fact, he grew up in a small town where opportunities were limited. However, David had something priceless, an unwavering belief in his ability to change his circumstances. One evening, while scrolling through social media, he stumbled upon a post about how regular people can build wealth through investments. It sounded too good to be true. Investing is for the wealthy, he thought. It's not for someone like me. But something about the post intrigued him. It talked about the power of small investments. How they could compound over time and lead to financial freedom. David knew he had to do something different if he wanted to escape his current situation. He wasn't going to wait for some miracle or sudden inheritance. So, he decided to take a leap of faith. He started small. Investing in stocks, bonds, and even real estate. At first, it was a modest amount, just a few $100s here and there. But he committed to learning and staying disciplined. He didn't invest recklessly or without research. David spent countless hours studying the market, reading books, listening to podcasts, and attending seminars. He started understanding how the stock market worked, the basics of real estate investment, and how to evaluate which assets would give him the best return. Here's where the real turning point happened. David learned about diversifying his investments. Rather than putting all his money into one area, he spread his investments across different assets, minimizing risk while maximizing potential returns. His strategy was simple but effective: never put all your eggs in one basket. Months turned into years. And David's investments began to grow. He wasn't getting rich overnight. But little by little, his portfolio started to produce returns. And the key was patience. He didn't panic when the market dipped. And he didn't get greedy when things were booming. David understood that successful investing was all about consistent growth over time. Not instant gratification. One of the most important lessons David learned was the power of compound interest. The more he invested, the more his money worked for him. His small, consistent contributions started snowballing. And before long, his investments had reached the point where they were generating passive income. He could now live off the returns of his investments, which gave him the financial freedom to do things he'd never dreamed of: travel, invest in other ventures, and eventually retire early. But it wasn't just about making money. David understood that investing was a means to create wealth for long-term security and legacy. He didn't just want to build his own fortune, he wanted to pass down financial wisdom and security to his family. That's why he was so intentional about his investments, knowing they could provide generational wealth if done right. As his wealth grew, so did his opportunities. He started getting involved in real estate, buying rental properties that generated consistent income. Then, he expanded into other forms of investment, like private equity and cryptocurrencies. Every decision was calculated, every risk considered. But each move took him closer to his ultimate goal, financial independence. David's story is proof that anyone can leverage investment to build wealth. No matter where they start. It's not about having a lot of money to begin with. It's about making your money work for you. Learning as you go. And staying disciplined in the face of challenges. Investing is a powerful tool that can help you escape the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and build the life you've always dreamed of. The lesson you can learn. David's journey teaches us that investment isn't just for the rich, it's for anyone who's willing to learn and take action. It's about starting small, being consistent, and understanding the power of patience and diversification. If David can go from financial struggle to success through careful, strategic investing, so can you. You don't need to be an expert to get started. The key is to take that first step, whether it's in stocks, real estate, or any other type of investment. Leverage your resources. Do your research. And most importantly, be patient. Remember, wealth isn't built overnight. It's built over time. One decision at a time. The sooner you start investing, the sooner you'll see the fruits of your labor. Join the journey. If David's story inspired you, and you're ready to take control of your financial future, don't forget to subscribe to Value Gold for more strategies and tips on building wealth. Like this video if you found it helpful. And share it with someone who could benefit from this wisdom. Also, drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're planning to leverage investments in your own life. And stay tuned for the next story. It's going to be another game changer that'll help you take your wealth building journey to the next level. You won't want to miss it.